Coming up in today's episode of Inspire to Inspire. A scar is an evidence that you have been trying and that you have been living.
We are all human.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as perfection. We all make mistakes. We don't sail through life. We have the experiences of life.
If you don't acknowledge where you are, then you're going to be living in a lie.
Mr. Dongo. Beautiful time working with Mr. G.
M Dongo, and he is an epic person.
I love your energy.
He just goes out.
I always love the way this man carries himself with dignity and respect.
Going through stuff is not a curse, but it's a way of actually learning. You should stop, pause, and ask, what is this situation trying to teach me? And when that happens, when you reach that moment, that's like the only time you are going to actually start learning and actually grow. My name is M Dongo, and I am the host of Inspire to Inspire Show. And in today's episode, I have the amazing guest who is going to not just share her story, but also help you heal, thrive, and grow. You need to heal those scars and turn it into being that strength that you have never seen before. Please help me welcome the amazing Jessica Summers to Inspire to Inspire Show. Jessica, how are you? And thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm doing great, and thanks so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
I'm so excited. We just met like some few weeks before ago, and when you share your story, if you used to remember, I was just like, you know what, my audience really need to actually hear this, because I could relate more in what you were sharing. And I know we actually get at some point like some emails, calls, texts of people who are in the similar situation, trying to find a way of how can they actually grow, how can they heal their scars, and how can they become better. First of all, before we even go any further, there was a statement that I saw the other day, which was saying that a scar is an evidence that you have been trying and that you have been living. It means that, well, you've been naughty, trying to do something, or you kind of like fell into a ditch, and then you got yourself hurt. It shows that you were not in your safe space. So first of all, can we talk about scars? Why is it like why should we embrace our scars when we have them?
Oh, well, personally, I think that is a part of life. We don't sail through life. We have the experiences of life. So what are we supposed to do with them? Sink or swim, right? So it can either remind us and tell a story of what we've been through and how we've come out the other side of it. The learning lesson, not only for ourselves, but for those around us to share with each other. We all evolve with that.
Yeah. Well, it is an either sink or swim. And those who doesn't have scars, you should ask yourself, are you sinking or are you swimming? Or because there's no neutral point. And the other thing as well, we don't have like experts in this life. We are all starting and trying life for the first time, both of us, Now we are all trying this thing called life, both of us, for the very same time, very first time, Wow, I love that. Yeah. What really prompted you to say, you know what, Munya, I'm gonna start to actually help people with what you are doing. What happened to you?
Well, so I shared, when we met, I shared a little bit about, my story. And the reason I do, well, first of all, I'll say this: never in a million years would I have thought that I would ever share all of this, all the good, the bad, the ugly, and the embarrassing.
Everything in between.
Right. But isn't that, exactly what you're saying about the scars, right? This is what we're supposed to be. Either you hide in guilt and shame, or you expose your scars, your lived experience, because that's how we all help each other.
Yeah.
So because we don't know what we don't know, right?
Yes.
My journey was, I had it all, married with children. I was a fashion designer and I owned and operated a boutique. And I thought like I was living my best life. And I got sick after my second pregnancy and I didn't do anything different, but life showed up. Life
Yeah.
showed up on life's terms and I didn't see it coming,
As it
right?
should.
And you try to do the right things. I was
Mm.
sick, so you go to the doctor, right? And but that was for me my journey into a never ending in one doctor's office to the next. They had left
Mm.
placenta behind, and so it was one infection after another, ruptured ovarian cysts, hiatal hernia. It was just like one thing after another. And of
Mm.
course, nobody asks for that, right? So again, this was life on life's terms.
Yeah.
And I never got the handbook. And like I said, I kept doing what I thought was the right thing. You keep going to the doctor if something's wrong with you. But that
Yeah.
was my downward spiral. I got addicted to my doctor prescribed pain pills.
Mm.
I ended up losing everything, had a breakdown, divorce, lost it all.
Wow.
So I was at that point, right? The sink or swim.
Yeah.
And you have to make a choice. Hide behind guilt, shame, fear, judgment,
Yeah.
so many things, or face it.
Mm.
Because even though I didn't ask for it, I was still the reason behind the cause and effect to all those around me, including my family,
Mm.
right? It's not an isolated
Wow.
event, just like all of us.
Yeah.
What happens to us happens to all of us. So, and I say that and I mention that because the negative works that way, but so does the positive.
Yeah. Hold on. Quick question right here. You said you were the cause and the effect of those around you. How much guilt did you have to actually carry? And how heavy was that actually? Because I know, um, I remember the other day in my business costed, I did one mistake that costed my client 50,000 rands in in US dollar terms. By that time, it was almost like $5,000. Hey, that was a lot of money that I didn't have lying down. I carried the guilt and the shame, and it literally stopped me from acquiring high-end clients, and it started to limit me from doing what I know I'm supposed to do until recently.
Yeah.
Yet it's something that happened in 2017 or somewhere back there. But I was carrying it over and over and over and over up to date. So how did you handle all that guilt, all that shame, all that whatever of knowing that your kids are suffering because of you? Your now ex-husband, the family, whatever, everything is happening because of you. How did you take that?
Right. So that was an incredibly agonizing and long healing journey.
I can imagine.
We don't wear guilt and shame, right?
No.
Nobody understands that pain and that burden, that heaviness, that
Mm.
sometimes hopeless. Just, there were times I didn't think I would make it.
Yeah.
My thoughts around it, until I started changing my thoughts around it, were either going to be my demise, or I was going to have to learn how to not only forgive myself, but forgive others. Like, it's all encompassing. You can't forgive others and not yourself, and you can't
And not
forgive
yourself. Yeah.
yourself and not others.
Yeah.
So it was, the process of seeing the interconnectedness in all of it, and also with a trust and a faith and belief that no matter what it was going to take, I was going to come out the other end and not necessarily pick up where I left off, but I was going to have a new opportunity.
Wow.
Right? Because if I did the work, I would be a different person in a different state of mind, a different person in all, right? It wasn't like I was just going to show up and be the same person. I was going to heal that person and then show up in a new, powerful, healthy way. I was going to kind of make up for it.
So you kept on believing that, like, well, I may be going through this right now. It's just a phase, but I know I'm gonna go. I'm actually gonna go through this, and I will still survive, which is one of the greatest steps.
If you've been sitting on an idea, dreaming about starting a business, but don't know where to start or how to actually make money from it, then listen closely. The Idea to Income program is a powerful 7-week step-by-step journey that takes you from where you are right now to launching a business that attracts paying clients and creates consistent income. Inside, you'll learn how to validate your idea so you know it will sell, package your knowledge into an irresistible offer, build a marketing funnel that works on autopilot, and launch with confidence. Even if you've never done this before, the best part, you don't need a big budget, a huge following, or years of experience. All you need is the right system and guidance, and that's exactly what this program gives you. Enrollment is officially open, but spots are limited. So if you're ready to finally stop waiting and start building the business you've been dreaming of, click the link and join us inside Idea to Income today.
First of all, like, the first step to anywhere is acknowledging where you are. Even when you are requesting an Uber, at first it asks you, what's your pickup location? And then, where are you going? Without your pickup location, you will not know where you are going, and they cannot calculate how much is that gonna cost you. So I love that, because but so as I was coming down here to LA, I actually drove all the way all the way from Washington DC. By the time I was moving over here, I drove. Well, on my map, it was saying it's gonna take you 3 days to actually get there. But I was driving and see like few yards away for me from my car. That's number one. And number two, to make the journey looks amazing, I then look for all those other big cities along the way. Then, so instead of me seeing 3 days to LA, I would see 8 hours to wherever I am going. So I literally broke down my goal and put it that way. But the vision was still there, like right there. So the vision was, I'm still gonna come out on the other side alive. I'm still gonna come up on the other side. I may not know where I am right now and how am I gonna get there, but what I know is that I'm still gonna get there. That is so amazing, because if you don't acknowledge where you are, then you're going to be living in a lie, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. Let's talk about living in a lie a little bit before we address the forgiveness right here. How many people do you think they live in a fantasy in their own head, and they lie to themselves about where they are, or what is it that they're trying to do, and then before they know it, they are stuck at one step?
I love that question, because I really believe the world has taught us we're actually kind of ugly, judgmental, selfish. We compare, we compete, right?
Yeah.
That forces us to point the finger at everybody else. So if you're pointing the finger at everybody else, you're not pointing the finger at yourself. You're not even acknowledging yourself and your actually position in the whole, right? Because if somebody out there is doing worse than you are, then we can focus on that, because at least I'm not that bad. At least I'm not doing that. Have you heard about Sally down the street? Right?
Yeah.
We gossip about other people and make that okay, because at least I'm not that bad.
Yeah.
Well, what does that even mean if you don't even know who you really are?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. At least you are not that bad. According to who? According to which standard?
Right.
Yeah. You are not that bad. Whose benchmark are you using? Wow.
And think about that. That's huge, because if just that mindset alone, to make that an okay way of being, to show up by, I'm doing just fine because those people over there are doing A, B, and C. So I don't even have to acknowledge what I'm doing. It doesn't matter because it's
Yeah.
way worse over there. Like this illusion of the world has gone crazy, the world,
Yeah.
this, that, and the other. We are a part of that world. What are you
Yeah.
going to do about it?
Yeah. Wow. I love that point. I really, really love that. So once you acknowledge where you are, right? So what's the next step now towards this healing of this scar? Because this scar, it is permanent. It's like a tattoo. It is a permanent thing. It is right there. So how can I heal on something that is still there? You still have got a scar. You got addicted, like you then lost your marriage. That is a scar. It is something that is there. But then how do you heal yet the scar is still there? So what's the next step now after you acknowledge yourself?
Well, I mean, for my journey, I mean, when I came out of it, I still had to get the help for my physical self. I mean, there were times where for myself, it hurt to walk. I was physically not okay, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So I had to figure out, where do I even start?
Yeah.
What is this? How do I even start? So of course you have to figure out exactly where are you in the moment and what is the first thing that's going to get you to the next thing, right? If I'm so concerned about, I don't know, losing weight or doing something, thinking that way, then I'm missing out on all the things that create the foundation to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So I had to get my physical, my mental, my emotional self regulated.
Wow. And how many people do you think they then live and relive that same problem in their head, even though physically they are not there? Like they are literally not aligned. Just like Paul, who wrote the Bible said that, oh my goodness, my spirit wants, my body doesn't want to do it. My spirit want to do good, but the body does not want to do, the flesh does not want to do good. So so how many people do you think are still in that same problem right now, and how can they get out of that? Like how can they regulate their body, their mind, their spirit, their actions, their thoughts, like literally everything? How can they align it into be like one goal? Because like trust me, right now that's like one thing. Well, I may set a $1 million goal, but then still do $10 a month action and mindset and whatsoever, and don't even grow or actually improve, then I'm still gonna be stuck.
Right.
Yeah.
A huge thing that I had to do, and it actually relates perfectly to what you said. You have to start. I couldn't show up anymore as the go down the list. I could not show
Yeah.
up as the sick, the addicted, the this, the that, the other thing. I had to start showing up and treating myself like the version of me that I wanted to be. So I had to reframe what that looked like, because for a while I was stuck in this, well, I have to be the mother first. I have to be the wife first. Everything else comes second. I had to come first. I had to show up for myself and learn that so I then could show up for others. That was something that I didn't and was so unaware of that I didn't know that I wasn't doing it. So that is taking an honest look at yourself. Like I had to learn some self-love, some like understanding and compassion. I didn't even know that, right? So it really takes an honest look at yourself and where are you now? How are you treating yourself? Because that's a huge gap, right? From where I was to where I am now. If I was still in that, how am I going to get to that vision? One baby step, one loving and compassionate step at a time.
Wow. Yeah, loving and compassionate, because sometimes we love everybody else other than ourselves. And we feel so much empathy and so much compassion for everybody else, but not ourselves.
Ourselves.
Wow.
And we don't even realize that we are giving ourselves away to the point of exhausting ourselves.
Yeah. Wow.
Because it's learned.
Yeah. And let's talk a little bit about forgiveness right here and forward movement. So if you don't give grace for yourself, if you don't feel compassion about yourself, if you don't feel like you are a human being, if you love everybody else other than yourself, it then becomes very difficult for you to even forgive yourself. So let's talk about forgiveness. Can you forgive others before you forgive yourself? Or can you forgive yourself and then others, or before others? Like, what's the solution here? What is the solution here? Because because like the Bible say, forgive us as we forgive others. So how does it work? Yeah.
Right. So, and like I think we were mentioning earlier, it's like you can't forgive yourself and then not forgive other people. And you can't forgive other people and not yourself. And it's the realization that no matter what is happening and going on, we are all interconnected. And there is a cause and effect to everything that we're all doing. I can't call somebody out on their actions if I don't call myself out. I can't say it's okay for me to behave this way because look what you did to me, because then that just keeps perpetuating the negative cycle.
Correct.
But we can also flip that to the positive. If I give you understanding, love, grace, compassion, then I have to do that for myself. And they feed off of each other.
Wow. But which one is difficult here? Because this is what I went through, okay? The person that I wronged, like back then, that I caused to actually lose 50K, called me and said, Munyam, don't stress about it. I forgive you. I love you. Go and actually do that. But I did not accept that forgiveness until recently. I did not accept that forgiveness. So I may tell myself that, Munya, I am forgiving you, but not accept that, not fully embrace that. What are the dangers of being forgiven and still not accept or not forgive yourself?
The playbook for growing a local business online is simple. Capture new leads, conversationally convert those leads into sales, turn those customers into positive reviews, and then reactivate those customers into repeat buyers. And that's exactly what our platform does. In order to consistently generate new leads, you first need to be found. The quickest way to get search engines like Google to put your business at the top of search results is by having a steady flow of positive reviews. With our platform, you can show up in search and stand apart from your local competition by easily collecting new customer reviews through text. But getting found is only the beginning. Most consumers choose the first business that responds to them. So unless you start conversations with potential customers almost instantly, they'll go somewhere else. That's why we make starting conversations with website visitors as easy as clicking a button, connecting you instantly through text message so the conversation doesn't end when they leave your website. And we bring all your leads, no matter where they come from, into a single conversation stream that supports text, email, video messaging, Google Business Chats, and even Facebook and Instagram DMs, so you can respond faster and more efficiently than ever. When it comes to turning all those conversations into customers, we make collecting payments just another convenient part of the combo, so you get paid faster no matter how they prefer to pay. Next, you'll want to turn your new customers into happy reviews, which is a snap with our new review request quick actions. The more conversations and customers you generate, the easier it becomes to drive repeat business. We make reactivating contacts into customers as easy as, yup, you guessed it, the push of a button. With bulk actions, you can send out text and email campaigns to generate new sales whenever you have a new update, promotion, or story to tell. We make modern online marketing simple. Let's start growing your business today.
Like, what are some of the dangers of that? And how does that really hold down people, especially entrepreneurs as well? You are an entrepreneur yourself. Like right now in the world of social media, where everything looks so much perfect, where everything is like Instagrammable, and tweetable. How can I forgive myself or accept myself and still put myself out there, or yeah, something of sort.
Well, think of this too, that we can't move forward
Mhm.
in where we want to go until we let go of what holds us back.
Yeah.
So if we're in a situation,
Yeah.
our entrepreneurial journey, no matter what it is, if we don't face what that is, we're stuffing it down. So stuffing things down and just keeping them there keeps us exactly where we are.
Wow.
So you can't become who you are meant to become if you
Mhm.
can't release and forgive yourself for what keeps you
For
back
who
from
you
that.
were. And as you said, I love this so much. So one of my mentors, Robin Banks, in his program called Mind Power, so he teaches this section called Let Go. So he then carries so many chairs on the stage and he'll be just pulling them. He's like, this is the baggage that we all have. But the problem is we are the one who are carrying it around. The baggage, you can leave it wherever it is. Well, Bob Proctor always said that, well, it's your head. You make it ache. You can make it stop. I'm like, Bob, how? It's my headache that just happened. How can I make it stop? He's like, well, it's your problem. You claim it, you carry it, you can put it down. So most of the time we are the ones that are actually messing up, not the problem, not the challenges, not other, because those things, they were there for us to just draw some lessons and go. Not that after 5 years, after 24 years, I'm still saying, you know what Jessica did to me 20 years ago? I'll never forgive her. Wow, that's 20 years ago. How many presidents came and gone? How many diseases came and gone? How many wars started and actually ended? How many whatever, how many Christmases did you experience? But I can't forgive her. It's been 20 years now. I'm gonna be like this until I die. Wow. So you are the one who is dragging everything.
Yeah. And think about this on another level, that God has created us as all of us as our individual self. So we're not doing that if we can't let go. If we can't step into who we are meant to be, we're telling God, like, I got to hold on to this.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
we're not meant to hold on to those things. We are meant to learn the lessons, heal, grow, let go, and expand. Let it go
Yeah.
so you can step in and closer each time to the higher version of self.
Wow. I love that. I love that. So now that you have forgiven yourself and everybody else, you are now grounded. How then can you map up your vision for the future, and how can you see it clear? You are now forgiven yourself. I've done the work. I've let go of my past. So how can I then envision the future, and how can I go about it?
So let me think about that, because first of all, I don't think the work is ever done. But the difference is the more you let go, the more aware you are, the easier it becomes to course correct, right?
Yeah.
So if you have this, let me back up for a second. In the beginning, for myself, I was so trapped in playing small, my vision wasn't even that big because I was trapped in the guilt, the
And
shame,
playing
the
small.
fear, and playing
Yeah.
small.
Yeah.
So the more I healed and let go, the bigger the vision got, right?
I
So the
love that.
more I do, the bigger the vision is always becoming,
Yeah.
because I have the self belief and trust that I can go there, because I
Yeah.
am no longer the person that is holding me back from it.
Wow. I love that. Wow.
And that's for all of us.
Yeah. I want you to repeat that very statement. So you are no longer your past. You are free now to go and be who you wanna be.
Yes. I mean, because as soon as you start letting go of the shackles, right, of our, the just the cage that we keep ourselves in,
Yeah.
until we acknowledge that and start releasing that. We're in a constant kind of pulling back and forth. It's like we want to go over here, but we're stuck over here. So
Yeah.
where are we really? Stuck until we
Wow.
release. And every time we do that, we have limitless possibilities and potential that we step into.
So how do we release?
And that's where it comes back to the acknowledgement of, if I take this as a truth, and it is, we are all human.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as perfection. We all make mistakes. And the biggest and highest thing we can all do is to love and accept and understand and appreciate not only ourselves, but others. It's like a giving and receiving.
Yeah.
When we get into that flow of that, I don't even know if I have the right words for it. It is an effect. When we allow that, the results are right. Because if we're not in balance of that,
Yeah.
we understand. I'm like fumbling around for the right words for that.
For the right word. Yeah. But maybe when you reach that highest level of yourself, then and then only, that's where life starts. Because if you can't be that higher self of yourself, then you are still that old person that you were. Now, Oprah used to say that live in the dream of God. Like you are not just doing what you want, but you're also doing like that dream of your higher self. Like you have literally aligned yourself with yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and I think I like to say it like this too. We stay down here. We vibrate down here. When we're in the guilt and the shame and the fear, we're hanging out down here. You can't move out of that until you decide to start doing the work, right?
Yeah.
When you do the work, you start coming up here. You see the world at a completely different place. You're allowed to think different, see different, and behave differently to
Behave
take action
differently.
in a completely different way. So what do we have to do? We have to acknowledge this down here in order to let go of it so we can start functioning up here. Not in a better way, like I'm better than you way or anything like that.
Nope.
This is available for every single one of us. And when we do so, it vibrates out into the world. Are leading by example. We are, right? This is for me just as much as it is for you.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing it, right? I'm not telling you, I'm just showing you this is available to you as well.
I love that, Jessica. And I really know that all these people that are actually listening right now, they'll be able to resonate more and more about this, because this is such an incredible lesson. That is not businessy or salesy, but this is life. This is exactly what can affect who you are and what you can do or who you can become. So thank you so much for sharing that. But I know that you do have an amazing gift that we're gonna give our audience right here just before we actually let you go. Yes, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, so it's a 30-day journal that I put together, and it's because we shouldn't be afraid of asking ourselves questions and then asking ourselves why we answered it that way, right? It's like digging in to the things that sometimes we are completely unaware of until we're prompted to check that out. When we start understanding who we really are, because there's a version of us that has been taught to be a certain way. We try to squeeze into the box. We try to check, do all the, well, I've done this, I've done that. I guess I'm successful, right? Well, why do I still feel so empty or whatever? A lot of people check the boxes and feel completely lost.
Yeah.
Because they've never checked in with who they really are. They're just showing up the way they think they need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a daily prompt, so it's like you don't have to, go off into the Tibet or like in the Himalayas or, take off months at a time. It's like, this is where you can just, after work, whatever you're doing, sit down with yourself and just ask yourself these questions and start to get to really know yourself.
Yeah.
Because then then and only then, really, can you start making some really impactful change. You create the limitless version of you.
It is about creating impact as well. It's not just about the money. It's not just about you. It is about the impact. My goodness. I love that, Jessica. Well, thank you so much for your blessing us today. Thank you so much for joining us. Please click on, scan this QR code right here. And actually download the free PDF that's going to give you amazing lessons that is going to really, really change your life. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe and actually comment. Let's show her some love. And if you have got questions, you can ask her. Who knows? We might actually bring her back as well. And if you haven't done so, please check this QR code that's popping up right here and actually download our free mobile app. In there, you are going to also get a free course that's going to show you how to monetize your story, your skill, and your experience. I'm so grateful to be able to host and have this conversation with Jessica today because it was so amazing. Jessica, thank you so much, for doing everything that you actually did for us and for actually sharing that. I know this is going to help millions of other people out there who are going to actually get to know more and more about what you are doing as well and get to know more and more about themselves and catch themselves just holding back to all those things that they can easily let go. So thank you so much for showing
Thank
up.
you.
And coming
Thank
here to help.
you.
Amazing. All right. Thank you so much. And I cannot wait to see you next week as we bring another guest or as I'm going to be sharing with you amazing lessons. And remember, right here on Inspire to Inspire Show, we don't just come here to spend time together, but we come here to spend time together so that when we are inspired by each other, we then go out there and inspire others. So go well and don't forget that you were born to go and inspire other people. Thank you so much. See you next week.
Mr. M Dongo.
Mr. Dongo. Wonderful time working with Mr. G.
Mr. M Dongo, and he is a 10x person.
I love your energy.
He just go like boom, 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 boom. It's amazing.
I always love the way this man carries himself with dignity and respect.